All right, what's going on, family? This is your boy Mike Jacks, aka German Chaco. So I'm out here at my listing. I'm getting ready to wrap up. I just finished doing a couple things around the house for the seller that I'm representing. But I wanted to make this video real quick to talk about some of the challenges as being a realtor in real estate, and also some of the things that are really good about being a realtor in real estate, especially for the new agents who's deciding to become a realtor, or young seasoned agents that is doing real estate but haven't really found their place and they're struggling, which is this for them. So this video is for you guys. All right, so let's talk about some of the challenges. Negotiating. If you are a buyer agent or a seller listing agent, we've all been there with that difficult agent who's emotional with the client, and it's hard to keep a deal alive because sometimes the agents, they tend to get into their feelings. So negotiating can kill or save deals. So you got to have good, strong negotiating skills, right? There's no one way to negotiate. It's negotiation. That means everything's open. However, you have to keep them focused. The goal is to save the deal and close, especially if it makes business sense for both parties. But a lot of deals get lost because the buyer and sellers are so emotional, and sometimes realtors are not savvy or educated enough in how to manage those expectations and emotions, and then it trickles onto them, and then they become emotional, and then they get personal in things that they feel like it's not advantageous for the client. So while you represent your client, keep in mind that your goal is to be the mutual mediator between both parties and represent your side. So while you have their best interest, which is true, you also have to remember you're working with another agent who's also a professional as well. So you have to keep that in mind, and the goal is to close so that way the buyer and seller can walk away happy. Another big challenge is the upfront fees, right? When you're starting in your business, whether you're full-time or part-time in real estate, there will be fees. So some people might not have those fees, so they keep their job to finance those fees, because if they go in it full-time, you're not making an income, you don't have any clients, how the hell are you going to pay for all these upfront fees right away? It can become overwhelming and stressful very fast. So a lot of people will keep their jobs in order to finance their business until they outgrow it, which is what I did. And I think that's the best strategic move in my opinion. But at the same time, some people have taken off and did it full time, and they just took off right away. So it all becomes down to, your self goals. Can you produce right away to be able to sustain that? And if you can, more power to you. So those are some of the challenges I can think of off my head. Now, the big rewards is I could dress how I want. I can come to work when I want. I don't have to go to a supervisor per se and ask for time off. I can vacation when I want. So I have a lot more freedom in that regard. And I love that about being a realtor. I'm pretty much my own independent contractor, my own boss, so I can go out here and do these things. Now, whether you're working for a job or you're a realtor, we all have the same battle from an employee. They'll go from job to job because they're looking for better. And then realtors will go from brokerage to brokerage because they're looking for better. At the end of the day, guys, it's all about your mentality. Yes, you can go from another company to another company as an employee and find better, get paid better, but you're still dealing with the same model, with that employee to employer structure. And the same thing for a realtor / entrepreneur. Yes, you can go from one brokerage to another, because I've done it, and find better situations, but you're still working for a broker because you're not your own broker. You're working for another company and their model. So at the end of the day, if you're going to do that, just make sure it benefits you. Because if you're going somewhere just because it pays good or just because they have a good brand name, then you're going to make the mistake, and then next thing you know, you're getting somewhere and you're not really happy. Remember, guys, being happy and also successful should be the goal. But there are people who are working jobs and they're not happy, but it's paying the bills, right? We see that a lot. There are people working at brokerages that are not happy, but it's paying the bills. Well, keep in mind, if you value happiness in your life and the stress that comes with it, keep in mind, you still got to be around long enough to enjoy those benefits. So just don't wear yourself too thin if you're trying to get from A to B. If you got to do something for a few years to get to that point, understandable. But you know better than anybody what it is that you value. So there's no one answer. But I will say this, make sure whatever you do, it gives you the benefits of what you're seeking, okay? Even if you're not happy, I know I said the goal should be to be happy, but there are people working jobs like I just mentioned, or for a brokerage, that is not entirely happy, but it pays the bills. So if you find yourself in that situation, then make sure you are benefiting off of what they are giving you, so that way you can be happy on the back end in terms of financially, right? So whatever your goals are, just achieve them, guys. And if you want to become in real estate, feel free to reach out to me. mikesellsorlando.com, SELLS. You reach out to me there. It has my contact information, and I'd be glad to just listen to your goals and see how I can help. I have a team of 10 agents right now that I have in my downline, and I also work with people in other states as well. So feel free to reach out. I'm based out of Orlando, Florida, and I'll be glad to advise and help. have a ton of resources, especially for new agents with full-time jobs. I have 7 out of 10 people with full-time jobs. So like I said, I myself have worked a full-time job while doing real estate for years, and eventually I grew my business, and I help people get to that point. But you have to put in the work to be able to do it, okay? Because I don't have a magic formula that makes you successful, but I do have tools that can help increase your chances of success. But it all comes down to your work ethic, all right? And how the big payoff comes. So I hope this video helps. If you have any questions you guys want to know about real estate, like the real, put it in the comments and I'll be glad to respond, all right? Have a blessed day. Over and out.